I've always rather liked Nigel Farage. Why? One asks herself. I mean, what do you think is the reason that he's become now the central figure in British politics? I tell you what it is. I believe it's because he, unlike his opponents, Keir Starmer and Kemi Badenoch, who have absolutely no charisma at all, he oozes charisma. And that is why, he's compared very often to Trump. That's why he likes Trump. That's why Trump allegedly likes him. But the fact of the matter is the man is a force. I mean, the Reform Party's stunning victory at the Runcorn and Helsby by-election last Thursday has propelled them onto the centre stage of British politics. I don't think there's any doubt about that, and I don't think you and I would have an argument about that. It's pretty much a fact. It was only barely a year ago that the party Reform was established, and he's achieved a massive voter turnaround in a constituency that less than 10 months ago was won by the Labour Party with a massive majority of over 18,000. This election victory was snatched by Farage, not really because of his policies on the economy or even immigration, but because he oozes charisma and, like Trump, manages to secure votes, not by the substance of his policies, but because he manages to expose his opponents' inability to persuade voters that they will actually succeed in solving their problems. So, over the past 80 years, the Labour and Conservative parties have basically shared power roughly equally over that time period, and neither have solved the three main challenges that concern you and me and today's voters, namely immigration, the National Health Service, and the economy. Both Keir Starmer and Kemi Badenoch, they're intelligent politicians, but sadly, neither are charismatic, nor can either of them hold a torch to Farage's ability to sustain an audience whose attention span is measured in minutes and can only be held by fiery pronouncements that trash their opponents. In this endeavour, Farage and Trump are birds of a feather, for they ooze that charisma, whereas Starmer, frankly, has had a charisma bypass. Both of them are like fiery preachers who promise deliverance without being able to offer any proof of how they will achieve it. Policy details and pronouncements are scant and irrelevant, frankly, in a world that is mesmerized by 30-second social media sound bites. Look at J.D. Vance, who's a clever guy, but he's not a patch on Trump when it comes to audience performance. If anything, he puts people off. But unless the Democrats find a media-savvy new leader, he may well become the next president by default. I mean, I turn around and say, God forbid. Some of you may think he's wonderful. Similarly, if both the Labour and Conservative parties continue with Starmer and Badenoch as their leaders, there is a very good chance that Nigel Farage will become the next Prime Minister in the UK. I, frankly, would welcome that. What do you think?